Something I don't see people talking about often is when you're cooking with high protein, low carbs, sometimes when you do a stew like this, you're going to end up with a lot of fat on top. And one thing that my mother taught me was to siphon that off, and you use one of these little cups that will split out the fat from the broth that you actually want to keep. And then you can pour back in the broth and discard the fat. Because this is separating, I don't have to spend as much time trying to keep my baster at the top level. I can just suck it up. Stew that has meatballs, potatoes, carrots, radishes, more radishes than potato to lower that carb count, and zucchini as vegetables. And the meatballs are actually made out of ground lamb. I'm going to let it rest for a couple minutes while I put the lid back on the stew to keep it warm, and we'll see if any more separates out. All right, you can see here where the fat has separated from the broth that I want to keep. And you can see that this has a spout that is lower than the level of that fat. So as long as I pour carefully, I'm going to be able to keep the fat inside the cup and the broth in my stew. And then as we get down to where that fat starts to seep into it, that's when I stop. So it's a great tool that my grandmother used, my mother used, and I put to good use in my kitchen as well.